Good morning, grandmother. Good morning, my queen. You rise with the sun and ebb with the moon. I honor your antiquity. O my grandmother ocean, look into the depth of everything. You are celebrated by the moon, by the sun, by the angels and the finned ones, and the two-legged and the four-legged and the winged ones. You are the lighthouse home for the lost and the scared. Oh, my grandmother ocean, the eternal one, the divine one, the bursting one who carries me on top of the waves of her poetry. I look into the eternity of your sacred, fertile womb, of your birthing and bursting of everything, of your beginning, and the impossible infinity of your never-endless love. Grandmother, I see the sacred pouring through your open thighs, your widespread arms, and your delicate, rippling toes. I know your dance, and you know mine. I know your fight, and your flight, and your freedom. I know your whisper, and your calm, and the gentle way you carry me into my own silent wisdom. I know your power and your praise. I know your pirouettes and your reaching. I know your flow and your giggles and your screams and your pause and your purpose and all the abuses you have suffered, and yet you birth the newness of perfection and praise. I know your voice and your secrets and the song that the birds sing upon your breasts every morning. I know your pearls and your bones and your outstretched arms and your abandon. My grandmother ocean, I know your name, your infinite name. I know that you reflect the infinity of all of life. I know your name and you know mine. I feel you and you feel me. I know the smell of your perfume, the salt and the tears of your heavenly embrace, holding the drops of rain and the fragrant dance of me, the flower of me, and every aria you have ever sung, every orchestration you have ever composed, and yet I hear the silence of God when I am near you. Grandmother, I know the taste of your lips and the power of your touch. I know the comfort of your kisses, grandmother, for they have held me together and kept me from drowning in the open waters of my sometimes painful moments when I am tipping at the edges of my own fear. You catch me. Grandmother, I see you. I see your open everything. I see the rainbow hues of the coral you collect and the babies that you birth. I see your open everything, giving yourself away as the intimate immediacy of the grace and miracle of the very presence of life itself. You represent the greatest of all wombs, the waters of all life, the fertility of all that exists. Without you, Grandmother, we are nothingness. Without you, these dry bones could not live, for you are the catcher and the divinity of the ancient sacred bones that hold the sorrow of my ancestors. Grandmother, help us to understand the generosity of your infinite, for we are the song that you sing, the mouths that you feed, the catcher of our prayers. As you lift our prayers up into the heavens and dance the dance of divinity into the arms of the Creator, our Father, our Mother, inside of you, Grandmother, we imagine ourselves looking into our own hearts, bathing and dancing inside of your own. Can you feel us? Can you taste us? Can you save us? Can you hear us when we scream in silence? Can you see me? I know the power and beauty and the explosion of your sadness, of your being forced to cough out and cough up the poison of our disregard. I feel sorrow for what you've had to endure. I know the echo of your sorrow, I have it too. But Grandmother, you belong to everything and everyone, and yet, Grandmother, you are a part of me. You are the ancient wisdom keeper. You hold the dreams and the tears and the blood and the sacred bones and screams and the ancestors' secrets. Grandmother, you hold the wisdom and the dreams of all of humanity. You are the rhythm of the mother's heartbeat and the manifestation of the Father's vision. And inside of you, we dance. Grandmother Ocean, you are the way back home, the divine feminine, the voice of the angels, the cries of the mothers. You are the hope of all people. You are the medicine and the dance, the medicine and the music, the dance and the wonder. Where your body ends is where ours begins. You are the prayer and the medicine and the music, the dance, the dig, the baptism, the ancient and the authentic love, the reflection and image of God. You are the poem that will never be completed, reflecting the dignity of every driving force within the very heart and the very cry of grace. I often ask myself when I stand between your thighs and dig into your body like a desperate child, how do I keep missing all of the angels dancing upon and within your body with their trumpets and fingers and proclamations? Those four-legged ones, those winged ones, those shelled ones, those wooden ones, those rock ones, the mountains that surround and frame you, those angels, those wind angels, desperate to arouse us back to the surface, to the soul and heartbeat of every being. So that we may return to life, so that we may return to freedom, so that we may breathe.